Hello everybody and welcome to my first look video at this upcoming map by Mapper's Paradise. This is called Rattle Snake Valley and it's by Something on My Shoe 2. This is the same mapper who created the Iron Horse Farm map for FS15, which was in all a fantastic map. So yeah, really looking forward to this. Now this is going to be the very first look video I'm going to produce, which is split into two halves. The reason for this is because this map is absolutely gigantic. It's actually 4 times the size as the original map, and all of it is fully functioning. Now, in Farming Simulator 17, they've actually got rid of the briefing just here, so being on this page isn't really serving much of a purpose, but I do have a little bit of a briefing which is on the FS UK forum page by, well, Blobby Farmer posted it, but Something on My Shoe 2 is the map maker. So let me just give you a bit of an introduction to this map. Welcome to the Rattle Snake Valley map. Set in the beautiful region of Montana in the USA, this area is idyllic with its large fields cut out of the landscape of this tough terrain. Farming in this area is hard and having the right equipment will be the key to your success along with seriously hard work. You'll need to manage your staff in the most efficient way if you are to be successful with your new farm. The people who live in the area around you depend heavily on your services, and you are also one of the main contractors in the area to deal with the huge forests. With miles and miles of track through the huge forest, you'll need a very skilled team along with heavy transport in order to get the logs to one of the several mills available on the map. Your animal farms are very well set up, and to keep your time efficient while producing high quality goods, make sure you use all of the new equipment and machinery available on your farm. So that is our briefing. And here is something about the author, Something on My Shoe 2. Starting off back in July, he began making this ×4 map. He has built the map up in tiers, so while keeping good sized American fields, he has not made it an easy task. With plenty of hills to climb and some serious trackways, you'll have your work cut out on this map. So far, the build time is 167 hours and counting. And the map is based on the USA with a total of 31 fields, and it is currently 90% of the way through. So I think we should really get cracking with this tour. So forget the minimap. The minimap is absolutely irrelevant at the moment because it's showing, well, the wrong scale and, to be honest, the wrong map. That is Goldcrest Valley. So yes, what we need to do is we're going to tab to a vehicle. We have 2, so immediately it's tough because we just have a tractor and a harvester, although they are quite big. But this is a big farm, so you would hope that. Right, so I don't know exactly whereabouts on the map we are because of the minimap not working at the moment, but I do know that we are, well, there is some map to the right of us and a lot of the map to the left of us, and obviously forward and reverse. So yes, we'll go to this side of the map first of all. We'll turn right here. I'm going to head up this road. So immediately we can see how amazingly packed with detail this map is. We're going to turn left up here, because if we do go left up here, it means we'll be starting from one side of the map and then we'll be able to work back the other way to see the rest of the detail. And there are our cows just there. We don't actually need the front weight on, but I'm going to keep it there just for the time being. So as you can see, instantly the fields are huge, as you would expect. So this is going to be a very good map for the massive equipment, but also the smaller equipment would be good too. Just you would definitely need to have the bigger stuff as well. So this is our first location. We've got a workshop. This is the mechanic. Got a little bit of a workshop in here, and a crane. Looking over there, we have got some greenhouses, which I think is the place where you sell your eggs. Here we go. It is the garden centre. You can see the egg sale point just there, the tomatoes, lettuces, for all of your garden needs. We will go up that track in a second, but first of all we're just going to zoom to the end of here. While looking around you can see all the different massive fields. And you do have to buy the fields as well, you don't just start off with them all. Lots of fitting buildings as well. They suit the area. And there is actually a stream just in there. I have done a map tour before recording this video, and wow, it took me forever. It is huge. Here is the gasoline station, just here. So you can refuel here if you want to, obviously with diesel, not gasoline. But we're okay just for the time being. There are so many different side roads you can go down. You can really diversify what you want to do on this farm. You can see all the signs are very complementary to the map. They fit in very well. The general store just there. White Ridge Farm is here. This is the place I was heading to. Okay, so let's go and have a look at White Ridge Farm. So you immediately notice quite a nice white fence, wooden fence here, which is totally different to what we've seen before. There is a lot of white buildings as well. So we've got the tractor stores, we've got diesel tanks. Suppose you could tip your grain in there too. We've got some silos. And round here we've got a silage pit. I think it'll be empty though. Yep, there is a silage clamp just there. Totally empty. Ready for us to fill up. There are the silos. Just go around here very quickly. We will see the diesel tank. And again there is a crane. Lots of store tanks. Now, if we just head through into this little area, we're moving to, well, basically a totally different area, because this is now for the animals. And as you can see here, this is the slurry tank, just there, empty, and this is the manure store just here. I'm just going to run round and jump over here. Now what I've just done is I've bought some cows just to give it off in a better light here. It's actually a functioning farm now instead of just an open field. So this is where the cows are. Got the feeding troughs as you'd expect. Again, you'd have to clean the feeding area. But yes, this is Animal Farm number 1. And they've got plenty of space. In the distance you can see all the mountains with snow on top as well. But it's still keeping, even though there's mountains, it's still keeping with a fairly flat map at the moment. It's amazing though how everything is fitting into this map. You'll see, by the end of this mini sort of tour series, you'll see how big this map actually is. It's incredible. I can, well, I'm amazed actually, there's only 167 hours in here. It sounds like a lot, but when you look at the amount of work that's being put into it, you think, wow, how have you done all this in 167 hours? Surely it's taken you 300 or something. That's what I thought anyway. Because I can always remember a long time ago when I used to make small maps for FS09. Oh, it used to take me hours and the detail was nothing like this. Right, we're going to turn right out of here. So although I don't want to draw attention to it too much, this is one side of the map. And that's a good thing because what I want to do is really work across from one side instead of from the middle outwards. I'm going to turn right down here. And if we continue down here, we're actually merging back towards the cow farm, but there are lots of little sort of tracks coming off it. These tracks are quite bumpy. So essentially we're behind the farm now. We've got lots of trees about, loads of them. I don't know if you've actually been following this series or not on FS UK, but the forum post was, I think it was about the 9th of December with an update. So yeah, it would tell you a lot more information on there if you want to read more of the sort of technical data. But what I'm doing here is just showing you the map, and well, I suppose this is the best representation of what the map is like, because we're actually seeing it, we're physically seeing it, so yes, this should be good. Okay, I'm going to turn right here. Again, totally open fields. Very fitting for this part of America. And I think actually, instead of going down the main road, we might go down here. Just to show you the bumpy tracks we've got with mud. So it's quite a long, straight lane, this. I'll be branching off in a second, but there is detail even on the track. We've got a barrel there. And we've got a nice little watercourse as well. Now, attention to detail once again. We have got a lot of stuff here. We've got a building in process being created, lots of buildings actually, with excavators, bulldozers, dumpers, diggers, everything, forklifts. We will go there in a second, but first we're just going to get to the end of here. An excavator has been left on the track. And although we can see the side of the map over here, I will still go over here. Just because there is so much detail, it's very easy to miss something. Also, you might be interested to see what the price of the fields are, so we will take a look. Yeah, you see we've got all these electricity poles and everything. So this field here is just over £1 million. This is expected, they're very large fields. So yes, nobody said it was an easy map, it's a very tough map. It's definitely going to be a challenge, probably quite a good one for multiplayer. But you've got to remember that this is still work in progress. Okay, let's turn left here. We'll come back to the construction site later. You see lots of turnings down these little lanes. We've got lakes, lots of detail again. And actually a lot of this map does have a lot of water on it. When you first join the map you think that it's going to be mostly land, but no, there's plenty of streams, rivers, lakes, it's got everything. Now you can see the road is cut out of the landscape. A lot of effort must have been put into that. That's pretty hard to do. We're going to go back up this way and we will end up at the construction site. So yeah, what I'm doing here is basically splitting the map in half. Today we're looking at one side, which I believe is actually the southern side of the map, and then in the next episode, the final episode, we'll be looking at the northern side. Trying to go all the way from east to west, and also everywhere in the south. Right, so this is Hooters, wings, shrimp and burgers for all of your food requirements. People's houses, which blast through people's houses here. Well, not blast through them actually, we'll blast past them. That wouldn't be very kind to blast through their house. Right, here we go. This is the construction site just up here. But first of all, organic. This is where we get the seed and fertiliser. And yeah, for those of you who are interested in the construction site, this is it just here. Just have a quick roam about. They're all stationary, but it adds a lot of atmosphere. Got a wheel loader, cement mixers, excavators, forklifts, and even a site office. And a massive skip. Okay, so continuing our journey, we're going to go back the way we came, and we're going to then cut across that really long track, which had the concrete paths in it. So I'm going to turn left here again. It's a bit of a maze when you first play this map, but you get used to it. And also, if I wasn't running Fraps, it would also be an incredibly smooth map to run. The reason why there is sometimes a bit of a frame drop is all because of Fraps. It's obviously transferring the files over into my hard drive at the same time as playing. But at the moment I'm actually getting 60 frames per second with Fraps running, which is very impressive. Look at that, there's a wheel, a tyre in the river. Just there we've got 2 or 3 stores. Got a little lake there, like a reservoir. Is this place we need to go to? No, I'll go to the next place. Next turn on the right. That way we'll see all of this, well, the far south part of the map if we've gone here. Although, yeah, it's not the right map, but you can see where we are, roughly. Yep, this is the concrete pad I was referring to. So we should be able to go down here really fast. But not so fast we miss any detail. So we've got a river running alongside us here. Plenty of trees as usual. Over there we've got loads of trees, lots of rocks, houses. And as usual, lots of fields. Now, what's this place? We've got an old, what looks to be a class combine there. No parking, loading zone. The site office. Some old tyres and pallets and stuff stacked up. So a bit of a dumping ground really, because there's a washing machine here as well. Got some logs. Ah, now, that would be our first sell point over there. We mustn't miss it out. I'll come back up to that when we get to the end of here. But yes, if you want to do some mowing and some foraging and stuff like that, nice little meadow here, which you can access through that gap. Okay, we turn left. We'll head up to this sell point. I'm sure you're probably now appreciating the size of this map. It is absolutely huge. Wow. Just look at this. So I'm parked here, and we'll just explain a few more things. I have more information from the forum, and yes, this is what the map actually features as its highlights. So basically, there are 4 sawmills. The default one has just one, and it has the pig and cow mixing stations. It has pallet production along with planks, so you can actually produce them. And also the Cargill 2000 mixer is integrated into the map for fertiliser, and there is also a silage production station. So obviously that is a lot more than what the original map has got. Having said that though, yes, it is much bigger, so you can get a lot more stuff in here. So this is the sell point. Just tip everything into here. Now we haven't got to the forest just yet. We'll be making our way to those later on. Now I've just jumped out of the tractor for a second just to show you this massive expanse of land. So yeah, you could have a really good session of mowing in here. Some massive open spaces, but still they don't feel as big as what they actually are because of the trees which are around here. If it was totally flat with no trees or anything, then it would just feel like an expanse of land, but the way this has been professionally produced, this map, it just, you know, it's more welcoming. You don't just see it as a great big open flat field, you see it as an interesting area which you're going to use to produce, well, whatever you want to do with it. You can do hay bales, you can do your silage with grass, totally up to you. There was a floating bath back there. Now you can see how this track has been carved out of the landscape. And it's interesting, there is a water course running with you nearly all the time. It's a surprising amount of water. Must all be coming off these mountains. So that is probably going to be as far north as we go today. We'll be going further up there in the next episode. What I'm going to do is head over in that easterly direction just to discover what else there is in the southern half of the map. Okay, so we're now racing up here. We've got some maize on the right hand side, or corn as I should probably call it for this area. I don't think it matters too much though. So that would be most likely harvested with the combine. Got some crops there. Now at the moment I can't show you which fields you actually start off with, but when the minimap is ready, that will become very clear. But I don't think there is any part of this map which looks, even though this map is unfinished, it doesn't look unfinished. Clearly every single area has been looked at in detail, thought of properly and laid out to make it look very natural and very realistic. Just look at this area for example. That's just incredible. Okay, so we're going to turn right again here. Heading back south again. And I will turn left here, as this is where you buy your animals from. The gigantic cow just here is your giveaway. Plus it does say the livestock market. So as usual, you just drive into this box here in front of us, press R, and you can then buy whichever animals you want to buy, just here. And again, that is where you sell them to. So I've already been here today, as I've bought the animals. I've bought some cows, I've bought some sheep, and also some pigs as well. We will see them in the next video. But first we have got a different thing to see here. This is the Sunflower Farmers Market. And on our prices page you can see all the places which we've got. This is the one we're at here. So you can sell many things here. It is after all a farmer's market. The prices aren't the best, but that's why you always look and see where the best prices are, as they change all the time. Now, let's head down here, and we should be starting to get back to our start point. But with this map being so big, that may take some time. Some greenhouses in there, polytunnels and stuff. Lots of houses. The thing about having such a massive detailed map is it's going to be very easy to miss something. I definitely don't want to miss nothing, but it is inevitable. So I'll try my best to cover every single aspect of what we've got here. Now, we've definitely not been to this section before. We've got another fairly shallow but wide river which goes under this bridge. We're going to turn left here. Another bumpy track. I always do like the bumpy tracks because it really shows off the suspension of some of the tractors. There's lots of mod tractors, and for that matter a lot of mods which have got different suspension capabilities, so some of them really do show it off very well and you can see how smooth the ride can be. Other tractors not so much, but it doesn't matter. It's like a test track. But yeah, any map with this kind of thing is nice because I think it's quite unusual not to have a farm which doesn't have any rough tracks at all. And I've got some camping and caravans here. I think I have just turned up at the Camping and Caravan Club. We may be disturbing the peace with our tractor. Now, here we are. We've got plenty of stores. Some very old buildings here. So we've got our tractors, grain in there if we want to. Maybe logs as well. Now I think I'm beginning to understand what was meant in the forum post, in the briefing, about the different tracks which are all over this map. There are loads of tracks which just go off, completely off the main road, and you can go for miles, just, you know, on these bumpy tracks, going through forests, going through camping and caravan clubs, everything. Until finally you do end up on the main road again. So you can really feel secluded, but in actual fact, you're never that far away from the main yard. And it's amazing. We're back pretty much at the yard, and I think actually I've only looked at 25% of the map here. So this may well turn into a 4-part map tour. Absolutely crazy, because we've got all of that over there as well. I've only been in the far southwest corner. Absolutely amazing. But yeah, let's just blast up here, because this is the garden centre again, which you'll probably remember from the beginning of the video, and just on from there is the farm where we started off. A lot of this part here is just huge fields, but yeah, the map, it extends way over there. And just down here is the yard where we started off. So I'm going to call that a video, but I'm not going to call it a map because there is so much more of it. Yes, it's been absolutely fantastic. I want to just thank Blobby Farmer, Mapper's Paradise as a whole, and also, probably most importantly, something on my shoe too, because yeah, without him there would be absolutely no map at all. And wow, what a map it is. Absolutely incredible. As usual, I apologise for the frame rate. This is all my problem here. I'm getting a brand new computer very, very soon. In fact, it should be here any day. So the lag and frame rate issues in every map should soon disappear. But there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. And I will be returning for episode number 2 of taking a tour on Rattle Snake Valley. Until then, thanks again, and see you again soon. Bye for now.